We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking that we had when we first created them. That's sort of paraphrasing Albert Einstein or Marcus Aurelius with his Stoic take. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Welcome back to Serena's Playbook. On this channel, I talk about strategic thinking, but I'm also talking about how we can better troubleshoot our personal and professional lives using reflective, critical, and systems thinking. So let's talk a little bit about problem solvings. Do you feel like you are creating your problems? Or do you think that there are sort of challenges existing in your world and your approach to them is what needs a bit of attention? Your approach to them is probably what needs a little bit of work. I think we can generally say that, without extreme exceptions, I think we can generally say that we all are experiencing challenges in our personal and professional worlds, and that whenever we apply the approach of only control what you can manage, that there definitely are improvements in our experience of those challenges. I think we must admit that. We must put our hands up and say, yes, it's possible to improve our condition by approaching it in a more productive way. You and I both know that when we feel limited and when we feel we're unable to overcome this particular challenge, that kind of helplessness, despondence, that kind of state never helps us. It doesn't feel good. And from time to time, we can definitely feel that way. But then, hopefully, if we are a bit more proactive with ourselves, that we can reflect on our thinking. Hopefully, we can pull ourselves out of that kind of slumped sort of state, because it really is like a bit of a slump state. So, are we creating our own problems, or should we put it this way? The challenges that exist might not be of our doing or our creation, but our sort of inability to meet that challenge and therefore it becoming a problem is our making. Because there are plenty of people who will say, yes, but that's not my fault. I didn't do that. That thing hurt me. That thing is limiting me. I didn't do that. But surely we can admit that when we view something as being done to us perpetually, it puts us in that kind of slump state. So, how then, in that minute, in that hour, in that day, are we ever going to be able to employ any idea, any innovation in the situation? How are we going to be able to overcome in that moment as much as we can reasonably overcome in that day? Because even if it's a tiny win and the challenge still exists, that little bit of effort and that shift in mindset and perspective can do absolute wonders. So when I heard somebody say today that a problem is actually a limitation in your mind, I was like, uh-oh, it's that thing again. It's that reminder for me, Serena, how are you getting in your own way? And, I don't want to be unsympathetic, but, to anyone or to anyone's struggle. But personally speaking, I have never felt that sympathy has helped me to overcome. It feels nice in the moment to be seen, to be heard, to be acknowledged. It's not doing very much, though, is it? So when we ourselves kind of repeat, the acknowledgement of, yes, I'm going through this. Yes, this is my state. This is what's going on. This is a systemic issue. This is that within the organization, within society, within here. How does that help us make the very best next step? It doesn't. So this sort of limitation that we are sort of almost putting on ourselves without thinking it, because maybe the first step is to address it and to acknowledge it and to understand what is actually going on. But it's when we end up laboring the point, when we end up just forever moaning about the issue. And that's where the danger sits. So I want this morning's episode to give you that little nudge. I appreciate it's not a regular tutorial type of an episode. Not all the episodes will be like that. Some of them will sort of just be like this, a message that I need to get across to you, because I really feel that we can do so much more within our current circumstances, even if they feel absolutely dire, because what other option do we have? Because, there's so many sort of cliche phrases and slogans I could use here. No one's coming to save you. It's not even that. It's that you just feel so much better when you go to the gym. That's you taking a step. You feel so much better when you get yourself moving to go for that walk or that swim or do that reading, do that writing, try and sell to that person, try and contact, that person. When you're in action, you feel so much better, don't you? Well, then surely we should just do more of that because it builds momentum. I mean, we can just simplify it that much that maybe someone will still come and save you. What I'm saying is, rather than us making this into a big kind of saga and a big spiritual lesson, maybe we just see it as simple physics, science, just the rules of the universe. Of the way things work. If you do something good, it makes you feel good, do more of it. So what more could you be doing today that could be benefiting you in your personal, your professional life? Because not doing it is you perhaps creating the problem, perpetuating the challenge. And you don't want that, do you? I really appreciate you giving me your time and attention. It's the most precious thing that you have. You've given it to me here. Thank you for new subscribers. Thank you for you subscribing. And do give it a like and a comment. And I'll see you in the next video. Go do it.